For the academic year 2023-24 for class 10, these are the portions prescribed by CBSE. Code number 122, Kaksha Dashami. वार्षिक मूल्यांकनाय निर्मित प्रश्नपत्रे चत्वारः खण्डाः भविष्यन्ति. There are 4 sections in the question paper which is set for the annual evaluation. Ka khandaha apatita avabodhanam, unseen reading comprehension. You get a passage for 10 marks. Kha kandaha rachanatmaka karyam, creative writing, 15 marks. Letter writing, picture description, passage writing, there is an option between them, and patralekhanam. Anuvadaha. Ga khandaha anuprayukta vyakaranam, 25 marks. Grammar. And the questions for almost all the topics of grammar are taken from your chapters. Gha kandaha pathitavabodhanam, literature, based on the textbook chapters directly, for 30 marks. Now, ekaha gadyamshaha, in section 1, ka khandaha apatitavabodhanam, for 10 marks. There, a passage, the length of the passage should be between 80 to 100 words. The questions on that passage, unseen passage, which is not read by the students before, that kind of passage will be given. Athi laghut uttaratmakau, laghuttaratmakau. Very short questions are, short questions we can call are eka padena uttarata, what we say, that comes for 2 marks, 1 mark each. Purna vakyatmakau, answer in a complete sentence. There will be 2 questions, 2 marks each, total 4 marks. Writing a shirshakam, a title, it comes under laghuttaratmaka, short question or short answered question. That way we can consider probably 1 mark for that. Bhashika karyam, bahu vikalpatmakaha, MCQ, multiple choice question, that type. Bhashika karyam, grammar based questions where different types of informations are asked. So that is for 3 marks. That way there are totally 10 marks. Now if we look at the second khanda or part, Rachanatmaka Karyam, which is for 15 marks. औपचारिकम अथवा अनौपचारिकम पत्रम मंजूषायाः सहायतया पूर्णं पत्रं लेखनीयम. This has to be remembered. Purnam patram lekhaniyam. The whole letter has to be written again on the answer sheet by filling the blanks with the help of the box given there. Manjusha means box. Words given in the box have to be taken and filled in the gaps which is printed on the question paper in a letter, and that entire letter, whole letter, has to be written again in the answer sheet. Don't write only the words. Remember this. Nibandhatmakaha, essay type question. It means the whole letter has to be written. That's why it is called Nibandhatmakaha. For every blank, half mark is allotted. So 5 marks. Chitra Varnanam Athava Anucheda Lekanam. Passage writing is an optional question. Picture writing or picture description or passage writing. Passage writing on a given topic, which will be mentioned in the question paper. But most of the students opt Chitra Varnanam. You can see the picture and make 5 simple sentences. 5 marks, 1 mark for 1 sentence. Hindi Angla Bhashadaha Samskritena Anuvadaha. Translating sentences from Hindi or English to Sanskrit. In both the languages, you get the questions. Sentences in Hindi as well as in English, you have to translate that to Samskrita. Purna Vakyatmakaha, in the form of a complete sentence. 5 marks, 1 mark each. There will be generally 7 questions and you have to answer only 5. translate 5 sentences. Totally 15 marks. Next one, Ga Khandaha, Anuprayukta Vyakaranam, applied grammar. Sandhi, Laghuttaratmakaha, no options. Remember this. No options. 4 questions have to be attempted, 4 marks. Samasaha, on Samasaha you have MCQ questions. MC questions are multiple choice questions. 4 questions have to be attempted. Pratyayaha MCQs, 4 questions. Vachyam or Vachya Parivartanam, Vachya Prakaranam, MCQs, 3 marks, 1 mark each. Laghuttaratmakaha, Samayaha, no options are given, short answers, 4 marks. Avyaya Padani, in Manjusha words are given. With the help of that, you have to fill the blanks. So it comes under MCQ. So 3 marks. Samshodhana Karyam MCQ, 3 marks. Totally 25 marks in grammar section. In Khandaha Gha Pathitava Bodhanam, written comprehension. Gadyamshaha, one extract from one of the chapters. Chapters where there are prose passages. Those chapters only are taken for consideration. Not the shloka chapters, not the drama chapters. Again, Ati Laghu Uttaratmakau, that is short answers. 1 word answer, Ekapadena Uttarata we can consider. Half mark for 1 question. 2 marks, 2 questions, totally 1 mark. Purna Vakyatmakau, there are 2 questions, 1 mark each, 2 marks. Athi Laghuttaratmakau. In this, Bhashika Karyam based on grammar, but no MCQ. In literature, there will be no MCQs. 1 mark each, 2 questions. That way, for Gadyam Shaha, 12th main, there are 5 marks allotted. Padyam Shaha, 1 shloka, one of the shlokas from any of the chapters can be given. So shloka will be printed, and for that, again, in the same way, questions are divided. Natyam Shaha, a conversation between 2-3 characters. Some chapters are in the form of plays, so those chapters are taken for consideration. A passage, again, an extract is taken from there, and again, questions are divided into same 3 categories for 5 marks. Next main is Prashna Nirmanam, framing questions, Purna Vakyatmakaha, in the form of a complete sentence. Don't write only the question words. Remember this, many students do this mistake. Don't write only the question words. Write the entire sentence again in the form of a question after replacing the underlined word with the question word, proper question word. 4 marks. 1 mark for 1 answer. No MCQ. Anvayaha athava bhavartaha purnavakyatmakaha. In this also, Anvayaha or bhavartha. 4 blanks, 4 marks, 1 mark each. There is a choice between Anvaya and bhavartha. Remember, you have to opt any one. Shloka and the Anvaya or bhavartha is printed. Whole Anvaya or whole bhavartha have to be written again. Next main, Ghatana Kramanusaram Vakya Lekhanam. Ghatana Kramanusaram. Rearrange the sentences in the sequential order. So from any of the chapters where there is a story, questions can be given. In some of the chapters, in the exercises, they have given some questions, can be referred. For 8 sentences, 4 marks. Half mark for 1 correct sentence, written in a correct order for that sentence. Prasanganukulam Arthalekanam, writing the meaning of the words given there according to the context, in which context they are used, writing the meaning for them. That comes for 3 marks, 1 mark each. This way 30 marks in literature section. Now let's see the topics or marks distribution first. This way the entire question paper is divided. So for a passage, section 1, first main, in 1 word, you have to write answer, and 1 sentence you have to write answer, write a title, and in Bhashika Karyam section or in grammar section, grammar based question section for the passage, these types of questions are asked. Kartru Kriya Pada Chayanam, subject verb, identifying the subject or verb. Kartru Kriya Anvitihi, again, if Kartrapada is asked, Kriyapada has to be written for it. If Kriyapada is asked, Kartrapada has to be written for it. The difference between first sentence and second sentence is, in first sentence, they just give a sentence and ask, what is Kartrapada in this sentence? Asmin vakye Kartrapadam kim. That's it. You just have to write Kartrapada. Or Kriyapadam kim. You just have to write Kriyapada. In Kartru Kriya Anvitihi, they give Kartrapada and ask you to write Kriyapada of it. So that has to be found in the passage. For a Kriyapada, Kartrapada has to be found. That is Kartru Kriya Anviti. That's the difference between that. Kartrapada is subject, Kriyapada is verb. Visheshana Visheshya Chayana. Finding or selecting Visheshana and Visheshya. Visheshana is adjective. When we say Visheshana, even the numbers, pronouns also come under that. And some of the Kridantas come under that. Word with Tavatu Pratyaya, Kta Pratyaya, Tavyat Pratyaya, Aniyar Pratyaya, Shatru Pratyaya, Shanach Pratyaya. All these words are considered Visheshanani. They all are considered Visheshanani because those words follow the Linga Vibhakti Vachanam of the related word, that is Visheshya. Now, Visheshya is the related word to Visheshana, or it can be understood as noun. Paryaya Viloma Pada Chayanam. Paryaya Pada Chayanam, Viloma Pada Chayanam. Paryaya Pada is synonym, Viloma Pada is opposite. Choosing it, because in the question, the word what you get is a familiar common word. Its answer will be found in the passage. That should be remembered. Now in Rachanatmaka Karyam, again, the same thing what we had discussed just now. Aupacharikam or anaupacharikam, formal or informal, that is anything can come. And translation, picture description. Okay. In Anuprayukta Vyakaranam, what all sandhis, samasas, all these you have, topic wise we'll discuss. In Vyanjana Sandhi, you have to study Varga Prathama Varnasya Tritiya Varne Parivartanam. That is even called as Jashtva Sandhi. And Prathama Varnasya Sthane Panchama Varnasya Agamanam, that is called Anunasika Sandhi. In Visarga Sandhi, you have Visarga Utvam, Visarga Ratvam, Visarga Lopaha, Visargasya Sthane Sa, Sha, Sha, Adeshaha. All these are the sandhis come for 4 marks. Samasa, Tatpurusha Samasaha, Bahuvrihi Samasaha, Avyayi Bhava Samasaha, Dvandva Samasaha, Kevalam Itaretara Dvandva Samasaha. There are 2 types of Dvandva, but you have only Itaretara Dvandva. Anu, Upasaha, Nirprati, Yatha are the Avyayas used for Avyayi Bhava Samasa. It comes for 4 marks. Here in Vyanjana Sandhi, in Sandhi once again, 2 marks for Vyanjana Sandhi, 2 marks for Visarga Sandhi. That way it is divided. Questions are taken mostly from the chapters examples, remember. Samasa, each samasa, one question. That way the marks are distributed. Pratyayaha, matu thak tva tal, tadhita pratyaya, stri pratyaya, top and knee. From tadhita pratyaya, matu thak tva tal, 3 questions are asked. From top and knee section, that is 3 pratyaya, 1 question is asked. 4 marks totally. And again, the examples mostly are taken from your chapters. So it is very important to read the chapters. Vachya parivartanam, changing sentences from one type of voice to another type. Kartru, karma, kriya. So only kartrupada, karmapada, kriyapada are supposed to be changed to another form. Again, in the form of fill up the blank cities, words are given. So with the help of that, you have to change them. Vachya parivartana. Kevalam lat lakare. Only lat lakara verbs are given. No other lakaras verbs. So 3 answers, 3 questions, and 3 marks. Samayaha. Ankanam sthane shabdeshu samaya lekana. Remember the word sapada sardha padona. Samanya means just the number. Ekavadanam. That is samanya. Sapada with the word sapada, sardha with the word sardha, padona with the word padona, in whichever way we indicate the time, that has to be written in Samskrita. In the place of number, you have to write Samskrita words. 4 marks. Avyaya padani, some of the avyayani are listed here. Priority is based on these. Uchchaihi, cha, shvaha, hyaha, adya, atra, tatra, yatra, kutra, idanim. All these avyaya padani have to be remembered. 3. So on all these topics, videos are made, can be watched. Ashuddhi Samshodhanam. Ashuddhi Samshodhanam, correction of mistake. Vachana Linga Purusha Lakara Vibhakti Drashtya Samshodhanam. So correction based on all these particulars for 3 marks. This is the grammar for this year for 25 marks. In literature, again, same way. 1 word answer ekapadena uttarata, purnavakyena uttarata, and bhashika karyam kartru kriya chayanam, choosing kartrupada or kriyapada, visheshana visheshya, paryaya viloma. We have already discussed in the previous section. Same way for padyamsha, poem or shlokas. Natyamsham, again it is in the same way. All 3 are for 5 marks each. 5, 5, 5, 15 marks. वाक्येषु रेखांकितपदानि अधिकृत्य चतुर्णां प्रश्नानां निर्माणं. Framing questions comes for 4 marks. Anvaya or bhavartha 4 marks. Ghatanakramanusaram kathalekanam 4 marks. Again, prasanganukulam arthalekanam 3 marks. Based on the chapters, small answer questions are given. Now, these are the chapters to be studied this year. Some from your textbook are eliminated. So after that, these chapters you have to study. Prathamaha pataha shuchi paryavaranam. Prathamaha pata. Dvitiyaha pataha buddhir balavati saha. Second chapter. Then third chapter is skipped. Chaturthaha pataha shishulalanam. Then Panchamaha chapter, 5th chapter, Janani Tulya Vatsala. Shashtaha chapter, that is 6th chapter, Subhashitani. Then Saptamaha chapter, Sauhardam Prakrite Shobha. Then 8th chapter, Vichitra Sakshi. 9th chapter, Suktayaha. 10 and 11 are again skipped. Last chapter is Anyoktayaha. So these many chapters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 chapters are there from your Shemushi textbook. Okay, so there are 3 books for you to study. Mainly, one is Shemushi Pathyapustakam Bhaga 2. That has to be the textbook. That is your textbook that has to be read. Chapters are printed there. Another book, Abhyasavan Bhava Dvitiyo Bhagaha Vyakarana Pustakam. Grammar practice. To have grammar practice, you have questions in that Abhyasavan Bhava book. So that has to be revised. There is one more book called Vyakarana Vithihi. For 9th and 10th together they give generally. It has a lot of grammar informations. So that is also supposed to be referred. For reference, we can use it. And 2 and 3 generally for reference and practice. First one is the main textbook. Okay. Last point, avadheyam is very important. Remember this. Anuprayukta vyakarnasya amshanam chayanam yatha sambhavam shemushi dvitiyo bhagaha iti pathyapustakat karaniyam. For anuprayukta vyakarana, that is grammar section. For that, amshanam chayanam, questions when we choose, points when we choose, question paper setters when they choose, yatha sambhavam, as much as possible, shemushi dvitiyo bhagaha, from second part of shemushi, that is your textbook. Prathama bhagaha is for 9th standard. From your textbook, pathya pustakat, textbook karaniyam, they have to choose questions for sandhi, samasa, pratyaya, vachyam, ashuddhi samshodhanam, avyaya. As much as possible, questions have to be taken from your chapters. So, reading your chapters from Shemushi is must. Repeatedly, I am telling this, don't ignore. Yadi tataha na sambhavati, if some questions are not available there, in case for some topics you don't get any question in Shemushi book, then what should the question paper setter do? Abhyasavan bhava dvitiyo bhagaha ityasmat kartum shakyam. They have to choose or take from Abhyasavan bhava, practice book. So to have practice book Abhyasavan bhava is very important. In some places these books are not given only. It is completely wrong. This book is also very important. In grammar sections, question can be asked from that. But majority of the questions from Shemushi book. In case for some question they don't get questions there, then the question paper setter has to refer Abhyasavan bhava for questions and give in the grammar section. So both the books have to be learned, practiced, revised repeatedly. This is not my statement, printed in the PDF copy published by CBSE board. Remember, all the best. Thank you.